Following is a production of Locked Up Sports.
Everybody, this is Don LaGreca from the Michael K. Show. When it comes to talking sports, Bob Walters and Brett Grosso are the authority.
Can't wait.
When it comes to talking sports, they're the authority. It's Bob Walters and Brett Grosso. It's Locked Up Sports, and it starts now.
Bring them out, bring them out, hey. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, hey. Bring them out.
Here we go. I'm Walters, Greg Grosso from the Brian Gumble Studios. We are live. This is Locked Up Sports. Live in East Rutherford, New Jersey, at the American Dream. Taking my daughter here. Brett is live in Sado.
All over the place.
Mets are rolling. Yankees are losing. We are all over the place.
Yeah, and you know, really, and talk about losing. I mean, the Mets are rolling. Mets are winning. Mets made a trade to shore up their bullpen. We got a nice lefty coming tonight. Be in the house tonight. But the Yankees losing, not helping the Mets at all today. Losing to the Phillies. Aaron Judge placed on the IL. Elbow strain, flexor, tendon strain. Not good.
Tommy John, maybe Tommy John.
No torn UCL. Good news, it's not torn, which means not Tommy John. But that means, what do? Do you wait long enough where it's not an issue at all? Do you get him back in the lineup? They're talking when he comes back, he's going to be the DH. Then what does that mean for Stanton?
Yeah, this say maybe Stan can't play the field. Stan can't stay healthy for the most part, right? Yeah. For the most part, the last couple of seasons. Yeah. I think they almost got to move him to first base after a little while, right? Because you can't have him out there killing himself every year, making all this money.
Yes.
He's your biggest hitter. He's going to go down. He's going to miss a lot of time at some point.
You want to keep him as a position player as long as possible. And that, whether that be, I mean, obviously maybe a couple more years in the outfield if he wants to. But first base, I mean, that's where the only place that you can go. You can't go learn to play other positions except for first base or to go be a DH. But when you have a guy like Stanton, there's not really much, spot to go with a DH.
First base isn't as easy also as people think it is. Like,
no.
People are like, oh, stick the guy at first base. Like, it's like stick the worst player in right field.
Yeah.
You know, it's not Little League. It's a lot of footwork. There's a lot of positioning and stuff like that. First base is not exactly an easy position to learn. He's a big guy.
A huge guy.
Does he move around?
He's an athlete, but he's a big guy, you're right. And it's hard. And you're either been an infielder or you haven't been an infielder. And when a ball gets rocketed at you like that down the line, or when there's those in-between plays that need to come naturally to you, it's very difficult to become that. But you need longevity out of Judge. I'm sorry, this team is in trouble. And I mean, what are they now? We know they're not sellers at the deadline, but like, are you like full-on buyers if you're not sure if even Judge is going to be there? Because their whole thing relies on, without Judge, they don't go, you know?
They're 8 games above 500. They're 6 games out of first place behind the Blue Jays. They're only a game and a half ahead of the Red Sox. Yeah. They're only 3 games of the Rays.
I didn't know that.
I mean, listen, this could. The Yankees are right on the edge. So I mean, they're falling out of the division race. Now I'm guessing they probably lead in the wild card. I don't have it right here in front of me, but 6 games back, and the Blue Jays are running away with it. Good for the Blue Jays. It's about time they finally put it together.
They are
with all these young kids, and they're finally playing well. But the Red Sox are about to fix them.
Yeah, well, the Red Sox are making a move. It's interesting. The Yankees did go, they're having so much trouble on defense, errors all over the place. They picked up their third baseman, Ryan McMahon from the Rockies, traded away a couple prospects. Great third baseman, average hitter. You know what you're kind of getting out of that, but he's a lefty bat. They're hoping that, Yankee Stadium starts to play into his favor a little bit and that type of thing. But, that's the first step.
Volpe stinks. Volpe stinks.
Volpe stinks. Volpe stinks.
Boone's making excuses for Volpe. He's great. He's still great. He's just a niche. He's got the most errors in the American League.
Yeah.
Or in baseball at any position.
Because
he makes errors every night. Their starting pitching isn't great.
Yeah. Because it shows you, like, we can get away if you're not the greatest bat. Like, you'll see, like, Lindor when he went through his streaks or early in the seasons. But you know what happened? He'd be so good in the field that you'd be like, you'd kind of forget about it a little bit. He'd make some kind of play where he'd still have an impact on the game.
Oh.
And whereas the Yankees guys, Volpe, they're having negative impacts on the game in the field. They're not hitting at all. They're really, I'm telling you, they're really having a tough time. I mean, LeMahieu's out, Goldschmidt, it's, yeah.
You can't talk about Lindor. I mean, Lindor is the Mets. I saw a stat earlier. I forget what it was, but it was when Lindor hit like 140, the Mets have won like 10 games. When he hits like 350, they're like 30 games over 500. I mean, the Mets really do go as Lindor goes, and it's just if he hits and he plays well, the Mets win. If he doesn't, they lose. He's the linchpin for the Mets. But hey, listen, the Yankees, like I said, they're in trouble, but. That's a Mets show, Brett, first of all. So
no, I know, but no. But the story of the day is we needed to lead off with
big news.
Judge injury. Yeah, Judge injury. Big deal. Big impact for the trade deadline, which is what's coming up. The Mets-Giants 9:00 game time. We're going to get to that in just a few minutes. We got Peterson on the mound. We're going to get the lineups coming up. We're going to get into the Mets trade for their lefty that they got coming over. And who's coming next is the question, because I know we got more bullpen help.
Yeah. The question is it going to be Pete Crow Armstrong coming or not?
Yeah. No, from the reaction, I heard the answer is no. A resounding no from Lindor leaving and Pete Crow Armstrong doing all that. But what I have seen is that the Mets' future in center field is playing in Syracuse right now. His name is Drew Gilbert. And he is absolutely on the edge of playing himself onto this team. He is very close, and I'm not even kidding. He is a power bat. I understand. I'm with you, Bob. We have a guy that we're going to go trade 2 or 3 prospects to go get a guy who hits 220 in Louis Robert Jr. right now. And all of a sudden, honestly, he doesn't even hit. We have a guy who could probably hit 220. I got a guy who can hit 220 for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but can he hit the home runs?
He's a home run guy. He hit 2 today. He's hit like 11 in the last he's one of those guys that they had no intention of getting him to the major leagues this year. It comes down to not just filling a need, but that he's playing himself into it. It's one of those things where you go, you might have a guy who, we need a center fielder. Let's bring this guy up. He's average. Let's see if something happens. This is like a guy who's playing well. But I could really see if the Mets are going to entertain.
What?
What?
But why are you so saying he's playing his way onto the thing, but then you don't think Sprout is playing his way onto the Mets?
No. They are.
Is it different for the center
No,
field?
I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I believe that Sprout and McLean will be part of this Mets pitching staff. I don't know in the rotation. I don't know in the bullpen. We kind of talked about this the other day. I think they're waiting. I think they're just delaying. They're letting them get their starts up there. Later in the season, they're going to be able. They're minimizing. You watch, and sadly enough, I've seen the highlights of 2 Syracuse games this week. They're limiting their pitch counts. You can say what it's for or what it's not for. They are all of a sudden limiting the Mets' Sprout and McLean's pitch counts. And all of a sudden you see them, they're going, oh, wait, they're only pitching 5 innings or 4 innings, but they're lighting it up, and they could have pitched 7. Easy. Then all of a sudden, you know what they said? They go, oh, no.
Yeah, okay.
They go, no, our guys are going so deep, we haven't even been able to use our bullpen guys, so we just have to get them out. It's, listen, now I'm telling you, they're inevitably coming up. They may not bring both of them up if they don't need to, if they do get, but don't be surprised if the Mets make some kind of big splash. We don't even know what that's going to be right now, but it could be a starting pitcher if he's available. I'm just saying they have the if it became available for the right price, because other teams may work themselves out of this conversation of eventually someone from the Pirates. I'm sorry, David Bednar coming in. Do you know what our bullpen would look like with a David Bednar right now? With all of a sudden, we go out and pick up a Gregory Soto, who we can all talk about like we know who he is. We had no idea who he was 3 weeks ago.
No idea.
Yeah, exactly.
We had no idea who your center fielder is either.
But when I look back and I go, he's pitched twice in the All-Star game. He made people look silly in the All-Star game. Lefties cannot hit him no matter what. The only thing that catches up to him is that he's in this 3-batter rule where he's caught into righties once in a while. And so that's this guy is a lefty dominant. Right. He is a specialist. When it's a lefty situation, it's the 7th and 8th, he's coming in. Like, that's what's happening right now. And I know it's like whatever. No, he shuts down every lefty.
And that's fair.
So that's what he's here for. But now they need to get the righty part of that.
You're gonna give
no,
him,
they need
you're
the
gonna give him
for David.
Give him Sprout? They want Sprout.
No. That's not your guys who you're getting. We have plenty of mid-range.
Why?
Good.
No. They don't want mid-range. You need a
you're right.
Closer,
no,
right?
Yeah.
You need a closer.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of him. He's under control for another year. They don't want mid-range.
No.
That's the problem
No,
with them,
those
because
are the
some of
extra guys, the
everybody wants
pitchers.
to give away
No,
mid-range.
you're right. No, but there's AA pitchers who come along with a take your pick of whether it be Vientos is heading out. That's who I keep hearing that people like, around baseball, whoever that is.
Yeah, Vientos.
That's what I
told you, Vientos.
No, I don't doubt that. And let me tell you, and I think the biggest reason why I don't think they're going to be easily just ready to get rid of him, but I think the biggest reason is that he doesn't have a spot. Do you know what I mean? Like, where is Vientos outside of the DH going to play on this baseball team ever? It's not third base.
But you know why teams want Vientos? Is because he's not hitting. And they think they can get him cheap.
And the Mets are not dumping him for cheap. What's the point? They put too much effort into him. They've seen him be good. They can let him ride, see if he can be productive at all towards the end of this year. And if he has any type of streak into this, next year, into the postseason or next year, if he has any kind of decent start, they can trade him either way, off season or next season. So they have so much control. They're only getting rid of him if one of these top starters become available, and I'm not even kidding you, like, I don't think Bednar's too far of a reach for them. That means they have their closer situation solidified for next year if Diaz opts out. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the reason that the Pirates have other people probably calling about Bednar.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to.
No, it is. It's a Vientos and some Vientos and two AA pitching prospects that aren't named Tong, or AAA guys. That's pretty much what you get.
No, I want that.
Vientos plus no, but
then we'll give them the Phillies.
You're not for
no. They're offering us good players. You're offering us AA players.
The Mets are not going to do that for a relief. They would do that for a top of the line with a year, 2 years plus of control starter. They would do that for a major bat with a couple years of control. They would not do that. And I'm talking about Vientos plus Tong plus another guy that's not in the top line. That right there is a package for a DeGrom type. You're talking about guys who are looked at as top prospect, right? I'm talking like, and again, that may not pan out even better. You know what I mean? Like even better.
But if I'm the Pirates, right? I got 6 teams. I got 6 teams that want him, right? They're all offering me garbage. I say, you know what? I'll give him to this guy. Because right now there's a Pirates podcast somewhere going, we want Sprout, and we want this, and we want that. And you're trying to fleece them.
You're right.
You're trying to fleece them.
You're right.
Everybody tries to fleece them with their own team.
You're right. But right now, each team has to take their pick. They all can't go have everybody. So each team right now, they only have so many. First of all, some teams are not going to sell those prospects. But when they go, the Diamondbacks are giving away Suarez. Right. When they go Suarez, and the Phillies go, okay, we got Suarez. They're out of the deal now. You know what I mean? They're out. Like I can tell you right now, as soon as that happens, they don't have the prospects and they're out.
Okay, yeah,
so I see it as more of a angling your way towards the end of let people jump, see where it goes. But you saw it right away. He said, we want to make sure we don't miss out. Let me get that lefty arm quick because I don't want to miss out.
They'll play the game. They'll play the teams again. They'll go to the other team and they'll go, the Mets are offering us Sprout.
Yes.
And Vientos.
Yeah.
Beat it. Whether we are or we're not.
But that's like calling your mom and telling you sleeping at your friend's house, and your friend's calling their mom and telling them you're sleeping at their house. You just got to call the other guy. You bust them real quick.
Yeah. And you're both dying in the woods of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. That's why you don't bring over a guy who's like he's going to the which brings us to the Hall of Fame and CC Sabathia. Which brings us right to CC Sabathia in the Hall of Fame.
CC Sabathia. I was going to talk about the Mets last time, but yeah, CC Sabathia. Some people think not first ballot. I think he's an absolute first ballot. Okay, I think I was talking with Dexter Henry just going today or yesterday. And I was like, that Milwaukee year, when he went in there, he hit the home runs.
Yes.
He pitched every 3 days for about 2 months.
Yeah.
He got them single-handedly got them in the playoffs. That got him first right there. He was also great on the Yankees for 10 years.
Yeah, he was great.
He won that 2009 World Series.
Yeah.
He was the leading pitcher.
Yeah.
He was their ace.
Drunk.
He's first ballot. Billy Wagner, we were arguing about. I don't think Billy Wagner's a Hall of Famer.
I don't even have the numbers up in front of me, so I don't even have anything to argue with you over, like, what his numbers are. But all I remember is, I said this to you earlier, you were like, oh, well, like, I don't think Billy Wagner ever was bad. Like, I don't think there was like a time where Billy Wagner like blew a bunch of saves. I think Billy Wagner was just dominant.
Well, was he ever great?
I think so.
Was he ever great?
I think so.
Was he
Do you have it? Do you have it? Because I'm going to look it up. No, because I'm telling you that his Astros years were something crazy to be talked about. Like, I don't even think it's possible anymore. But please, tell me I'm wrong. I'm looking it up too.
Okay, here we go. I got it right here. So he played for he's played for the Braves, the Red Sox, the Mets, and then of course all those years with the Astros. Now, let's see. What's his earned run average? Let me go get to his baseball reference. Because to me, I just go by the eye test too. But I'm sure he has the numbers.
No, I know, but I think they're crazy. Like he has 422 saves. He has 1,196 strikeouts. He's pitched in 853 games with an ERA of 2.31, 47 wins, 40 losses, which means whatever. I think it's that he's a 5'10" flamethrower lefty. What do you got?
Who would close in the Hall of Fame? Mariano, Eckersley.
What other?
That's
oh
it.
God, that's a tough question. Tough question. Other relievers.
Eckersley, Mariano Rivera.
I know. I wish I had it off the top of my head. Let's see if we got anything. Here we go. In the Hall of Fame. Ready? Here we go. I got some for you. Billy Wagner, Goose Gossage, Dennis Eckersley, Lee Smith, Mariano Rivera, Bruce Sutter, Raleigh Fingers, Trevor Hoffman.
Hoffman's another one. Hoffman.
Hoffman. I don't know. It's, you know what it is? There's a length of time where nobody, I'm sorry, nobody was hitting Billy Wagner. I know you don't know, realize, nobody was touching Billy Wagner. Like, there's a point for years where Billy Wagner came in and the game was over. We had Armando Benitez, and we thought we had a good closer.
Listen, is he Dennis Eckersley?
Nobody's Dennis Eckersley. He created it.
No.
He invented it, Dennis Eckersley. So I don't even want to that doesn't even count. That's like being his,
they used to pitch 2 and 3 innings. Those closers
that's different. They were and they felt like they fit. They would never come in and pitch 1 inning like that. No way. No, it was nothing to do with that. But Lee Smith, those guys were done. I'm sorry. I think it's part of it's he's the underdog guy. I'm sorry, but this is the equivalent of me or you throwing 100 miles an hour for how many years? 15 years straight and dominating at our size. People don't do that. It's not, you watch the guys who pitch, they're monsters. You know what I mean? Dennis Eckersley's a big dude. Goose Gossage is a big guy.
Biggio's a Hall of Famer. Biggio's a Hall of Famer, and he's tiny.
That's bad. I'm talking about your arm and throwing and velocity. Randy Johnson, there's a reason why he's Randy Johnson. If Randy Johnson was 5'10", he never plays Little League. You know, it's as much as it's, I don't know. I'm a Billy Wagner fan. I this guy, the flame-throwing lefty that he was really unstoppable, man. I wish I had, some better numbers in front of me to prove it.
Okay,
but
he's got the second lowest ERA in closers all time to Mariano. Okay, this is the case for him. His strikeout rates are some of the best ever. He's number 1 in minimum 900 innings. He's number 1 all time. He has the saves and the strikeouts more than anybody else, except Mariano. And so he's there with that. Now, he was one of the greatest. I don't know.
So if Mariano didn't exist, greatest closer of all time. So if Mariano doesn't exist, greatest closer of all time. Bottom line, based on what you just told me.
They say Hoffman, but he's not. The numbers don't do everything. They don't do it justice.
No.
He's a compiler.
You know what it is? Oh, he had to be some more swag. He needed to be more of an outgoing, because he was a laid-back country guy who didn't stir up some trouble down in Houston, and when he came to New York, still just showed up and struck guys out. Nobody wants him. That's what, because he wasn't exciting. That's what you're talking about right now. That's what you're saying. He was a numbers guy. He just shut everybody down, but that was all he did. That's all you needed to do. You're a closer. You're not selling cars like Mariano Rivera. You're not over at the dealership selling Hyundais like Rivera.
Yeah, I don't know. I just to me, when
I just
look
love
at him.
him.
I just don't think.
I just don't. I'm just. I think it's not even about Hall of Fame to me. I'm just more surprised that you don't like Billy Wagner the way I do. After him being like, after having such crappy closers for so long, that's the one guy I had confidence in. Like, name another closer you had confidence in during your childhood. I'm talking outside of the good Mets. Like, I'm talking 90 on. Name a decent closer you trusted. You didn't trust Benitez. You did not. No way.
John Franco.
You not. I will give you that, but he's like. Did you trust John Franco?
Wasn't wanted, but
I still don't know how John Franco got people out, and God bless him. Like
John Franco is the most saves ever by a lefty. Most saves ever.
No,
by a lefty,
he is a legend, and that's the thing is he is a deception artist. This is a 5'10" flamethrower who kept doing it. What? I lost you for a second. No, you're good. I just didn't.
But he listen. I don't know. I guess he's a Hall of Famer. But
Oh, he is. Oh no, it's not up to you. It's not up to you. He's a Hall of Famer. No, it's official.
But we're not too far away from having votes, right? Like we're like 2 steps below having a vote for a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
he wouldn't get my vote.
We need a few people to die out. We're waiting for a couple people to die off. We got a couple on the edge.
We got a couple Hall of Famer voters on this show.
Yeah. No, we're right there. We have, and we had them pretty close to revealing their ballots.
Yeah, we had Bob Nightingale, who's the biggest fighter in here. We had a bunch of people on here that were Hall of Fame voters.
Yeah, I was going to say
news day just the other way a couple weeks ago, and I was arguing with him. He didn't think Beltran was a Hall of Famer.
It's a tough one. You know what it is? You know what it is? These guys are also now people who are so locked into guys playing for one team. They have a hard time with the playing for multiple teams.
No, he had a hard time with the cheating, with the scandal.
And the cheating.
Well, the cheating was the scandal.
and the cheating. Playing for a couple teams.
Strikeout. I had a hard time with the strikeout.
The banging on the garbage can. I understand.
Yeah, that was the scandal, though.
Hey, listen.
Hard time with the strikeout.
You think, Bob, have you watched baseball today? Have you watched recently what they're doing? They are now, Joey Cora is calling pitches from the dugout. The guy on second, Alonso, is jumping when it's a high pitch.
That's not cheating.
No, I know it's not. You're right, but I don't. You're right, but I don't know the other end of it because they definitely were cheating in the legal sense as much as possible, and then there's also the cameras are too far. You know what I mean? It's not like they went right to cameras.
Buzzers and they were banging on the thing. Forget it, though. They didn't want pitches coming. That's a lot different than leaning to the right or putting your right hand on your hip if it's an outside pitch or something like that. But hey, listen. And now back to the Mets.
Let's get the lineup. Let's get the lineup going.
Yeah. Give me the lineup.
All right, here we go. Leading off, left field, Brandon Nimmo. Shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Batting third, Juan Soto.
Love that 2-hole, right? Still got him in the 2-hole.
Yeah. We need to be patient. Soto's doing his own thing. Alonso, be patient with him. He's starting to come around. We got Marte. Hopefully it's a Marte party today. We get a little DH Marte, which is nice. Listen, he's on the trade blocks because he's another guy who could get packaged with some minor league guys to a team who says,
I don't want to trade him because you're not going to get anything for him.
No, but because he's a guy who can fill in and hit as a DH. He's a hitter. I don't want to lose him. I'm just saying.
I want him on the team.
I'm saying
what are you going to get from him? You can throw him in a deal, right? Yeah. I would just rather keep him. He's somebody I'd rather have on my bench.
I'm with you. Another team might say, give me a guy. I need a hitter and some. Yeah.
All right, keep going. What we got?
All right, so we got Brett Beatty playing second base, which, I'll take him at second base, but that puts Vientos over at third base tonight. No Ronnie Mauricio. We got Vientos in the lineup, which isn't my thing.
Mauricio cost us the run last night.
He did.
The only run.
All right, I'll give you that. He did. And he made an error. He was about to gun that guy out at home. So he was about to make the right play. Vientos, did you see Vientos the other day running in front of the run to the left side, getting thrown out at third? Like stuff like that. That stuff's horrific, man.
Yeah,
like that's
Viento's on my bed.
that's like the you don't know. That's like you don't know anything about baseball when you start doing stuff like that. And that's what you either like have that high baseball IQ or you don't. Like whereas I see Mauricio's having like that like instinctual stuff. Yeah. Hate that.
Last time was just a bobble.
Oh no, he's aggressive. He always goes towards the aggressive stuff, which is might bite him eventually. But he seems to be confident in like he makes his decision and goes with it. Which instead of this, handcuffed, not sure, indecisive. So honestly, I believe Mauricio is going to be our everyday third baseman in the future. Then we get catching Alvarez.
Clay Holmes good last night. Clay Holmes good again last night.
He barely made it through 5, and you're right. But
I don't know. You want these guys pitching 7 innings.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's that he had a rough first inning, and I will say this: he pitched well and battled through. He battled through trouble and multiple times, including in the 5th, which I don't even know how he made it through. Mendoza looked like he was he has IBS in the dugout, losing his mind because he was at 105 pitches, and the guy's fouling it off, and he's 105 pitches, and your head coach is losing his mind. I can't take it anymore. But
it was that first inning that quote him because he gave up. It was 2-1, and Mauricio doesn't get the guy first. His base is loaded, nobody out.
They celebrated after. You're right. No, you're 100% right. No, but they celebrated like he had just pitched a perfect game when he got back into the dugout, and it's getting a little weird that when you're if he pitched 4 1/3 and got out of it, he would have celebrated the same way in the dugout when somebody else cleaned up his mat. I'm just done with the 5-inning stuff. Clay Holmes and somebody else are going to have to combine to be one whole starter eventually. That's what's going to have to happen. Clay Holmes. I don't know who to pair him up with. Who? No, but who, is that the pair up? I don't think so. I think he's going to be our regular. I think he's going to get length. I think Minaya is going to be fine. Like I don't think Minaya is going to be the issue. Like who's the? Maybe you're right with the elbow. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is Minaya. But I'm talking. Senga? No, but I don't know because I think he's pitching like a little bit more now. So you might be right.
I'll give you 7. Peterson's
no, it can't be Peterson. It's not like that. But I really believe that, and I'm not talking about in the regular season. I'm talking this. I want to see this through the postseason. I want to see these guys go where one game is like we dominate with whoever he is with. But I can see it coming. Anyway, we go back into center field. Taylor. Who knows where we're going? Could be one of his last, times to get a lot of at-bats over the next couple days. Deadline is approaching. It is, we're talking going into Saturday night. We got, Thursday. Deadline's Thursday. 5 days away. 4 days away.
Is that what it is? 31st,
Thursday,
right?
yeah. 5 o'clock, I think.
Is it 5 o'clock? That's a weird time, right?
I don't know. I'm making it. I made that up, I think. But yeah.
Is that what it might be? 5 o'clock?
I think, I thought I heard that. Yeah. So it's got end of business.
It's the business on the 31st.
Nah,
so now, listen, we can't. And Robbie Ray pitching tonight. A left-hander, a tall guy, he's 9-4. He's every bit as good as Peterson. So the Mets are gonna have their hands full tonight. They're gonna have to, get to him early, get to that bullpen because the Giants don't have a great bullpen, and hopefully you have a night like you did last night. Peterson's gonna pitch well. Peterson's gonna pitch well.
Yeah,
he's our ace. He's our ace.
He is. And listen, man, they have this confidence right now. It feels like the offense, someone's going to show up every night. This stolen base stuff is the greatest thing ever. This aggressiveness on the base paths and picking, and it's everybody. Let me tell you, Pete's got a couple stolen bases. Nimmo with the bum knees got some. Marte gets some coming right off of, I've made more money in the last week, which is actually, it's like $500, I think. Stolen bases. Lindor, Soto, stolen bases, like plus 850 for Soto to get a stolen base tonight. And he's getting one once every,
the Angels.
It's crazy.
I don't know what the Angels were doing the other night. When they had Lindor's on first, he's the tying run, and they just let take second without even a throw. He tried to pick him off one time. These flank teams. I made second without a throw.
I made 175 off that. That was a solid steal. I was
nice.
No, but let me tell you, and let me tell you, and these steals they had the other day, we're talking off of one of the best catchers to throw people out in baseball versus one of the pitchers who hold people on the best. So whatever they're doing, they got something going because it's this whole throwing over. You only get so many pitches.
It's cheating.
That's it. Cheat. If you're not cheating, you're not winning.
Now now we can't know that we talked about everything like CC and then Judge, but perhaps the biggest story of the day. Never in baseball in 150 years has a player had 19 total bases.
Wow.
This guy went 6 for 6.
Yeah.
He's got 19 total bases, 4 home runs, 6 RBIs, right? 6 RBIs.
A double that was like a foot below a home run. Yeah.
It's probably the greatest game in the history of baseball. I don't think it is because I'm going to say he hit the last home run off a position player. That takes a little bit away from it, but I mean, have a day, bro. Have a day.
Well, doesn't it? It should offset because the double he hit, the double.
What do the A's want? What do the A's want, Brett? We want to hit
the double. No, you don't, because top of the market. Yeah, let's go buy. We buy at the top of the market. Great. No, but it should have counted for more, and I think it may be the best offensive performance because the double he hit would have been a home run in almost all other parks. So, and it was almost a home run there. It was almost a fifth home run. He almost hit a real. Is there a 5 home run game in MLB? No, right?
There's never been a 5 home run game.
That's why because if that ball was this close to going over, and in other parks it would have been gone. So I really believe, and I'm not saying it's best offensive performance because the best offensive performance is going to come in more clutch moments with bigger things, and there's different factors than a regular season game where a guy makes contact, but you can never take away that it is.
Ready?
No, it is 1A, 1B.
That's all I've ever seen with David Freese.
Yeah.
Game 6.
Yeah.
It's the greatest. They were putting him in the Cardinals Hall of Fame for that, and he declined.
He declined. Yeah. No, it's very similar to what which is a ballsy, which is a yeah. That's a great move. Yeah. He didn't put him in, right? He didn't say when he put him on the ballot. He didn't say don't put me on the ballot. He let them vote him in. Yeah.
And then he's like, no, you know what? I don't deserve it.
Yeah, because it really is, and it shows you because you can be in the Hall of Fame without being elected. All these guys are in the Hall of Fame. A guy in his first day, this kid right here, he's in the Hall of Fame now. This kid just did it.
No, the Cardinals Hall of Fame.
No, I understand, but I'm saying in general. But even for teams, but you're right. No, I know. No, I know the story, and I know it's even for teams though, like. A Met who's a Met for Aaron Boone, if he never became coach or whatever, that one home run puts him in the Yankees Hall of Fame, without being elected. Like his stuff is there. He's an icon. But to be elected, you have to be on that team for a while. And that's why David Freese to do it. He won the World Series. And you look back and you go, do you know what would happen if the Mets win a World Series or if we won one of those other ones, say we won in 2015, or if we won in Endy Chavez? Endy Chavez would be idolized in the Mets Hall of Fame. He would be elected. But it's all of it. You know what I mean? Like it's so I don't know. It's a but declining. Like I'm sorry if someone it brings you that honor.
Stefan Matz.
Please accept.
No, it's a power move though because he didn't decline when they put him on the ballot. He let it slide. He didn't say anything. Right? He let himself go on the ballot. He let himself get elected, and then he's like, "Hey, you know what? I don't deserve it." He knew he was on the ballot, Brett. He knew he was on the ballot. You know what? That
sounds like a guy who a guy who is juicing and has regrets. That sounds like a guy who is juicing and has some regrets.
It's the offensive game in the history.
That's how it goes.
But this guy Nick Kurtz, he's a rookie.
Yeah.
Listen, he's talking about Pete Armstrong. This guy's got he's got 27 home runs, I think.
Let me tell you, like we said, the Mets and Yankees, Dodgers, Cubs, Red Sox. We use the A's are our farm system. We love it. The A's is good for you guys. Thank you very much. One of us will be very happy for the rest of our lives. We love you. Always love you guys. Keep it up.
So
cheapos.
I'm now. This week, I'm doing this from Jersey, East Rutherford, right next to the mall, the American Dream Mall. I went to the water park yesterday. We met Elmo today. It was a disaster meeting Elmo. I was saying to you before, I was like, why do they make these guys Elmo to these kids, right? He's not a big 6 foot something tall furry monster. He's like smaller, right?
Yeah, he's like he's more like grown. No, they need see that's it. You don't want CC Sabathia. You want Billy Wagner in the costume. You don't want CC Sabathia. You want Billy Wagner. I got it. 5'10", not 6'4".
Big Bird. Big
Yeah.
Bird should be big. Big Bird should be 7 feet tall. He wants.
Gotcha. That's like Randy
But
Johnson.
Almo was supposed to
Randy
be like
Johnson.
that,
Randy
bro.
Johnson. Big Bird. Randy Johnson. Big Bird. I get it. Nah, yeah, you're right. You make sense. It made up.
This mall is crazy. Have you been to this mall?
I have. I went once, but I was kind of just walking through. But yeah, it's nuts. The whole thing is insane. I don't even know. You're like at the hotel at the mall right now.
Yeah, we're at the hotel. Yeah, and it's like, and they got Manchester United playing and a doubleheader here at MetLife. Cost me $40 to get an Uber. I showed you before out the window.
Yeah.
You can see I can almost throw a baseball and hit the mall. It cost me $40 to get an Uber in 45 minutes.
Nah, man. First of all, you better be taking your. You better be.
Water park yesterday.
No, you better be taking your antibiotics after that water park too. You don't know what's. You got a lot going on in there, Bob.
No, you just.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think I might have lost Bob at the last second. Not sure if he's still there. I'm not sure if you guys still see him on your end, but we're wrapping this one up. We got the Mets game leading up. Game time, just a few minutes, everybody. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the game. Let's go Mets. Hopefully we can find Bob. Hopefully it's just Wi-Fi and he didn't just totally freeze up on us. But all right, everybody. Enjoy the game. Let's go Mets. And I'll do it for Bob. See ya.